Question: what do you do when you work with a brand, you sign a contract, you post the content, and then the brand refuses to pay you? So I hate actually posting content like this. Normally I am very bubbly and in a great mood, but today I'm just not. I'm going to tell you guys from start to finish like everything that happened because that's why you guys are here. And I'm going to tell you also the outcome or the results of a brand not paying me after they signed a contract, approved the deliverables. The deliverables were posted as content and then they just didn't pay. So let's go ahead and take it from the top. What actually happened? So if I am looking down, I just have my computer here. I'm going to be like reading you guys emails. I'm going to be posting stuff on the screen. Like, I am not holding back anything in this video because what happened to me is so unfair and I don't want it to happen to anyone else. If you guys don't know, I post about natural hair content and most of my partnerships involve some type of hair or beauty that I do. So this brand in particular, like I said, I am outing them. I do not care. Their name is Ecyaj Hair Care and they signed a contract, and then after the content was posted, they refused to pay me. So we're going to be again talking about how this happened in this video and why I am getting the short end of the stick even though a contract was signed. Okay, so I originally pitched to this brand October of last year, 2022. It was October 17th. Let me just be specific. So I pitched to this brand October 17th. I sent a follow-up email on the 26th of October, and then I sent another follow-up email on November 4th, and they actually responded back on November 4th saying that they were interested in working with me after receiving my previous emails. Okay, so then it wasn't until December 2nd is when we decided to hop on a Zoom call so we can kind of see each other face to face. If you guys are an influencer or content creator, it's always nice to hop on a Zoom call or just a regular call to the potential brand just to kind of put a face to the name or a name to the face and then take it from there pretty much. And normally after Zoom calls, they're normally really excited to work with you. So the call went great, and then the contract was actually sent out by the brand. Like, this is like the messed up part. Like, you sent the contract out to me and we both agreed on it. It was for 5 pieces of content, and then we will be working together for 2 months. So each month I would deliver 5 pieces of content to them. It was 3 Instagram reels and 2 Instagram videos. Now y'all, when I tell you I cut them a break with my content because one, the owner, her name is Nook, or I'll actually put her full name up here, but she goes by Nook. She is from Philadelphia, so I'm also from Philly. She's a natural hair brand, so I just thought it would work well together, and because of that I cut her a massive break. We agreed to $1,200 in total. We actually went back and forth negotiating for quite a while because I felt as though she was undervaluing my content, which she indeed was. To me that's a lot of money. Like $1,200, like I can definitely use that. I pay rent, I have bills, like, okay, fine. So I cut her a break. I agreed to $1,200 for 10 pieces of content. It was 3 Instagram reels and 2 stories per month. Cool. So by the time the contract is signed, which was early December, and then the products still had to get shipped to me. So the products didn't get shipped to me until like December 15th. I'll actually tell you guys when I received the products. Let me see if I can find it. On December 12th was when I received the products. So we're 2 weeks away from Christmas. We're 2 weeks into the actual month, but I still was able to deliver her 3 Instagram reels and 2 Instagram stories for December, which was great. She approved all the content. She loved it, and it also did fairly well on Instagram as well. So January comes about. I am again creating the content for her. Half a month passes. I'm delivering the content to her. It wasn't until January, we're gonna go right into the text messages. Hold on, y'all, because she also had my number as well and she was texting me, which I don't really suggest. Like, moving forward, I will not be texting with brands, or I really don't want to give out my personal number. It was January 20th. This is what she said to me, and I'll have it on the screen. She said, "Happy Friday. I just wanted to touch base with you as I have not received any orders using your discount code as of yet. This does not speak on your lack of creation, so I appreciate all your hard work in creating and building our great content, but at this time I won't be able to commit to another month. I really hope that this would be dope collab, and I hope that you can understand this. As a small Black business, this has already been a loss for my company. Profit the wise, but hopefully still a gain for us to possibly work together more in the future. And I said, okay, thank you, I understand. So what does that text message mean to y'all? When she said to me that she will not be able to commit to another month, in my mind, that's like, okay, she's not going to sign another contract for February, because in the contract it says if the collaboration goes well, she'll commit to more months working with me. But when she texted me, she said, hey, I can't commit to another month. I'm thinking February, because the contract for December and January was already signed, sealed, and the content was already being posted. Like, what? So y'all, all of the content gets, and I said, okay, thank you, I understand, but now, like, let me just keep going. So that was January 20th. Mind you, we are 3 weeks into the month. There's only 10 days left. January 20th is practically the end of the month. There's like 1.5 weeks left, not even, of the month left. So let's just keep going on. On February 7th, I texted her and I said, hi Nook, will you be taking care of the final invoice on your end, or would you like me to send you a PayPal request? And then she goes and says, hey Aleia, I'm guessing my text to you on 120 was miscommunicated when I let you know that I couldn't commit to another month this month, as I still haven't received any sales at all from the first month's campaign. When you pushed out the first month, I figured it was because it was already created and you didn't want it to go completely to waste. I called myself giving you a heads up that I couldn't commit before you sent February's content over, so that if you didn't post it, it was okay. I was hoping to receive enough orders to justify the expense, but to receive none was disappointing. Again, I still appreciate your time. I just can't afford to spend any more on this campaign. So as a brand, I completely understand that your goal may be to build brand awareness, it may be to gain followers or exposure, or it may be to generate some sales for your business. And the particular brand's goal was to generate sales for her business. Unfortunately, on my end, she explained that I didn't make enough sales or any sales to her satisfaction, and she pretty much wasted her money on the campaign and on me, which I felt horrible for. But however, in a situation like this, you always have to resort back to the contract, and nowhere in the contract did I promise any sales or any amount of affiliate link clicks or anything like that. I also didn't promise her a certain amount of views on our videos or anything. All I promised her that I would create the content and make sure it was approved before it was to go live, and that's exactly what I did on my part. So I was extremely confused on why she was trying to say that she didn't want to work with me for another month, and then she was talking about February. Our whole agreement was just for December and January. So let me pull up what I responded back to her. I said, hey there, thanks for texting me. So no content was created for February. Our agreement was $600 for December and $600 for January. Now remind y'all, I am giving this lady a massive discount, $600, and I gave you 5 pieces of content. Like, even looking back on it like doesn't make sense to me, but like, I guess I just saw the $1,200. I was like, okay, like, it's Christmas time, I could use this money, like, you know, so I accepted it. I wish I could go back in time and just like seriously never had emailed her. So continuing on with the text message, I said, I only received December's invoice payment. I'm just waiting on January's, and this will conclude our signed contract for a 2-month partnership. Let me know if this makes sense. And I made sure I hinted that we signed a contract for 2 months and I only received 1 month's payment. So now she says to me, I see what you're saying, but I guess because December's content really didn't mostly go out until January, I counted January as the first month and February as the other month in my head. That's not what the contract said. Now you're in your head about stuff. Like, this is why some people don't need to be brand owners, because they literally cannot think. Okay, but it's not on the contract, so what are you talking about? But she says, but unfortunately with 0 sales in the first month, I can't afford a second month in the campaign. That's why I sent you a text to give you a heads up in advance. The holiday campaign was actually missed the holidays, but I completely anticipated enough sales to afford a second month of the contract. It's just not feasible for me at this time. And then she sent me a picture of like the performance being 0, which I like find really interesting, because I'm gonna speak on this for a second. I have other brands that I work with, and sorry if you guys can hear the train in the background, I'm just gonna try to speak up, but I have other brands that I work with where I have no problems making them sales. So it's literally something wrong with your brand and your business. Even if you go on her website, she doesn't even have like a proper website set up. It's like a Shopify store, which is great, but you need to go and purchase a domain and actually make it an actual website. So there's like, I don't know, like for me, if it says Shopify, like I'm less likely to shop on that website. It needs to have like just your name on there. So, and the domain names are really not that much, like $2 or $3. So you can go and purchase one and make your website maybe look a little bit more professional, in my personal opinion. So I don't understand why they're blaming me for 0 sales, where in fact it may have been on the brand's end. You guys don't come off as professional, and it comes off as like, I don't know, like half-assed to me. I'm not a fan of their website. There was nothing engaging on there, but I still agreed to the campaign and to put them in a positive light. So that's exactly what I did, or at least tried to do. Okay, and again, y'all, I'm sorry if you guys can hear the train in the back. I know it's a complete distraction. I will just try to speak up. I'm just in the groove, so we're gonna keep talking. We are going to keep talking. So she basically said that she's at a loss, a total loss at this point. No one used the code at all. Again, I don't feel as though it's my fault, because I work with other brands that I have no problems getting sales for them. Octocurl is like one of my biggest affiliate links. Also Curl Days Hair Care, I have no problem getting sales for them. They send me a check literally every month. So I'm not sure exactly what was wrong on the brand's end, because you guys love the content. It performed really well, as my content normally does. So I don't understand why she's blaming me when you should be taking a look at your website and saying what is or what isn't on there that is converting that viewer into a customer, because clearly I've done my job by just exposing your brand, and they may have clicked on my affiliate link. They probably just didn't buy anything. So anyways, she said she's at a total loss. So I responded, I said, hey, so with the contract already signed for a 2-month partnership, I am not sure how to go about this. We agreed on $1,200 and I only received half. I provided you with all the content pieces requested in the contract, and I was hoping to get paid on what we agreed on. If we didn't sign a contract, I would completely understand. However, with the contract being signed for $1,200 and I'm now only getting $600, that is a breach within the contract. Can you submit $300 today and make it and another $300 at the end of the month to make it easier for you, I meant to say. And then unfortunately, with the contract already being signed and agreed upon both parties, there's not much wiggle room here, period. And then I highlighted basically what we agreed to and what we signed in the contract, which her team and her sent over. She said, I'm aware of the agreement. However, there were honestly breaches on both ends. Me? Am I the drama? Like, what? What do you mean there are breaches? I am very professional. I'm sure you guys can tell if you are OGs and kind of been around me and listened to my Instagram stories. I am very, very professional. And I make sure that I read over the contract. As soon as I get the package in the mail, I reread over the contract and make sure I reread over the deliverables and the expectations before I start to record. So I knew everything that I sent her was abided by the contract. So I'm really not sure where she's talking about I breached the contract. Alright, so like now we're about to get into this whole back and forth argument. I'm gonna post everything on the screen so you guys can read all the tea. And I'm actually happy that this happened through text message, or it can happen through email, so you guys can have a good line of what actually was said. That's why I really don't like phone calls or video chats unless they're recorded, because how will you know or don't know what the brand said? So I personally like emails or text message so you can follow the trail of the conversation. Alright, so then she replied. She basically said that there were breaches on my end. She said your YouTube video that was supposed to be an Instagram reel didn't have the attached discount code. So for that, she is correct. I was supposed to do an Instagram reel, but instead I did a YouTube video because I was supposed to be promoting her edge control gel on an Instagram reel, and there was no edge control gel in my package. So I literally had to just think of something on the spot because she fell short on her end. She forgot to put the the edge control gel in the package. Therefore, I wasn't able to create the Instagram reel to go along with that specific product, and I had to think of something on the spot. You're welcome. And then she said, also, other brands were mentioned and shown in my content. So let's touch on that. Yes, there were other brands mentioned and shown in her content. However, there were no direct competition brands shown in her content. So the brands that she's specifically talking about is Rev Air. One of the Instagram reels that I was supposed to, that I did do, it was a video of me using her products and using Rev Air to do a blowout. It stated in the contract, and I will have it up here for you guys, that I was supposed to do a blowout and explain the importance about how to like properly do a blowout. So I did it, right? And I sent it to her, right? And she loved it and approved it. So why are you saying now? Why are you saying now that I showed other brands in my content? I showed Rev Air. You cannot go to Rev Air and buy shampoo or conditioner. They are not in direct competition with what you're selling on your website. So what are you talking about? And then she said, I did waveformers with her product too. Again, waveformers. Like the things that you buy on Amazon, waveformers. I put another brand. Are you kidding me right now? You cannot go on a waveformer website and purchase a curling cream or something. These are hair tools, lady. That's why I said everybody cannot be a business owner. Like, you have no idea what you're talking about. I used no product that was in direct correlation or a threat to your business at all. So what are you talking about? Like, girl, I was so irked. I was so irked, friend. So she also said that she screenshotted my description, and she said Ecyaj Hair Care was also mentioned as an afterthought of the waveformers and mentioned last. Okay, so again, captions were never discussed. She never asked to see my description. Also, these were posted like 2-3 weeks up, and she never said anything, y'all. She never said, hey, can you change the caption around? Can you do that? Like, nothing was ever discussed until I asked for my money, pretty much. So I politely and professionally responded. I said hi, comma. I said the affiliate link was added to the YouTube video. Maybe you missed it. Please verify if you can see it on your end. Keeping it very professional, as I always do. I also said we never discussed cover photos, nor was it in the contract, because she complained that there were cover photos that weren't of her product. Remember, there was like 6 Instagram reels that were scheduled to go out, and only 2 out of the 6 were not her picture of her brand. It was either me holding up a Rev Air or me having the waveformers in my hand. Again, nothing that was in direct competition with her brand. And it was also never discussed in the contract what specifics that I had to have for my cover photo. So anyways, I said also I did not talk about any other brands. If you're referring to Rev Air, you asked me to blow up my hair and I did. If you feel as though your brand was mentioned as an afterthought, that is your personal opinion. I used your product in the video and only your product. No breaches were made on my end. You said my content was fine last week, and now there are all these problems occurring because I'm requesting the remaining balance of the invoice. Again, I'm requesting $600 to complete the campaign. I'm fine with you submitting $300 today and $300 by the end of the month. The contract was signed for $1,200 and I only received half. This is not fair to me. Y'all, I was like outraged. I was actually, when we were going back and forth through these text messages, I was sitting in my car in a parking lot because I was running errands. So I was literally outraged finding out that after a brand signed a contract, approved my content, posted my content, and now because based off of the results, they feel as though it fell short, they're not going to pay me. Even though results were never discussed in the contract. Like, do you guys understand how unfair this is to me? Like, I literally, like, I just need to take a deep breath and woosah, because, like, I cannot believe this is happening. So I mean, if you guys want to hear the tea, you guys are going to hear it. So basically, she responded and she said, well, I did ask that no other brands be mentioned, tagged, or shown. So that is a breach. Again, there was no brands in direct competition with what she needed. Like, you cannot go on revair.com and purchase a shampoo or a conditioner or a curl cream. You can't. They sell hair tools. So what are you talking about? And you asked me to blow blow out my hair in one of the reels, and you approved it. So I just don't understand like your thinking. She said even the YouTube video you made was really a waveformer video that just mentioned my foam. Throughout the entire video of the waveformer video, which I'll tag at the end of this video if you guys want to see me using her trash products, I used her product the entire way through. I made sure it was clear on screen. I talked about how good the product was working in my hair, that I was happy that it was using it. I was explaining why you should be using a lightweight foam with this hairstyle, all types of stuff. I kept referencing her brand, so I don't know what she's talking about. Okay, so then she goes and says it initially didn't mention Ecyaj Hair Care at all in the description. Once I mentioned it to you, you later added it. A YouTube video was never a part of the signed contract, but I was trying to be nice. Yes, the affiliate link was in there. I think that she honestly just missed it. And two, again, I explained to her that the original product that I was supposed to promote as an Instagram reel was not in the package. You failed on your end to complete the package, so for me to do my work, so me being so gracious, I had to think of something on the spot, and I said I'm going to do this instead, which you approved. Make it make sense. She said, and no, we didn't discuss the cover photo, but it definitely shouldn't be someone else's product you are promoting or selling. Okay, she also said, and no, we didn't discuss the cover photo, but it definitely shouldn't be someone else's product you are also promoting and selling, especially if it wasn't supposed to be mentioned at all. That's not fair to me. It could also be the reason I didn't see any sales, because the focus of the video was on the other products. Again, this is all completely false, y'all. I had 6 videos or 5 Instagram reels. 2 of them were of the Rev Air, me holding the Rev Air, and then the other one was a video of just me having waveformers in my hair. So I don't understand, like, again, your thinking. And if there was ever an issue, then why didn't you bring it up right then and there, saying, hey, can you change the cover photo? Because I would have said, yes, certainly, I can definitely change it to something that makes it more suitable or makes you more happy, something like that. But she never brought it up. She always said, great job, this looks great, thank you for posting this, like, make sure you add me as a collaborator so you can also see it on my page, which I'm actually really happy I did, because I wound up deleting all the posts that I created for her, and because she was added as a collaborator, it came down on my page and on her page. Moving on, I didn't ask you to blow dry specifically, just the importance of protecting your hair. Either way, the brand of the blow dryer was mentioned and it shouldn't have been. I have already communicated to you that I couldn't justify spending any more money on this campaign 18 whole days ago, not today. I didn't want to make it an issue of your breaches, but instead end the agreement early since there wasn't any sales anyway. So you really failed as a business owner. Like, you really failed. You saw that there were issues, but you chose to keep your mouth shut. Like, what if there's ever an issue, say it, speak your mind so I can fix it. You're literally saying you saw issues, but you didn't say anything. We gonna pray for the people, y'all. We gonna pray for them. I said, at this point, it sounds like I need to get a lawyer involved. Going back and forth with you via text messages is getting us nowhere. And that's exactly what I did, y'all. I had to get a lawyer involved. So again, we're just going back and forth at this point, referencing the contract. Just literally, I'm literally going back and forth with her, just telling her how unfair this is, that you're bringing up these issues now instead of when the content was submitted. I even said before the content went live, everything was submitted to you for approval. You approved all content pieces. I don't understand. I said, this is very bad business, Nook. Why are you going back on your word? You signed a contract for $1,200. Now you only want to pay half because the campaign underperformed in your opinion. So I'm not getting paid based off the results of the campaign, even though you said I will be paid $600 a month. And she didn't reply back after that, and I had to get a lawyer, which I'm about to talk about right now. But like, you guys can literally see how professional this brand is being. Like, I am so butthurt that I did everything right on my end. I made sure I followed the contract to a T. I made sure I didn't breach anything, and anything that she is referring to was not even in the contract. So I'm just really butthurt about this whole situation where I had to go out and seek help. So let's go ahead and talk about me having to get a lawyer. All right, y'all. my girl Cameron, y'all. I have been rocking with Cameron for so long, and I will definitely have all her information linked below because that's the homie. That is the homie. Cameron is a influencer lawyer. So if you guys ever run into problems with being an influencer, literally like similar to mine, Cameron's also a YouTuber. She does vlogs. She's a black woman. Like she checks off all the boxes. Okay, she checks off all the boxes. So I knew exactly who to go to when this situation had occurred. I had to pay for a consultation just to speak to Cameron, and that was, I think, $50, but as it should be, you literally have to speak to a lawyer. A week went by without me communicating to Nook at all, and then I got the lawyer, and then Cameron came into play. We talked for about 30 minutes. Cameron was completely on my side. She explained to me how this was not fair, this was not right, and she's gonna do her best to like justify this and get it resolved, as she, you know, did her best to do so. So Cameron asked that I send over anything that would help pretty much with the case. If there's any text messages, which I literally screen recorded the whole conversation between me and Nook, and I also sent over the contract. I sent over screenshots of all of the posts posted, like everything was sent off to her. She emailed Nook. So let me tell you guys what she said to Nook. All right, y'all, so she got around to emailing Nook on the 16th of February, which was last month, literally like 3 weeks ago. Like, this is all like so new. That's why I was like waiting for things to just kind of die down. Unfortunately, there is a resolution, which I will get to in a second. So this is my girl Cameron, my freaking pit bull, yo. Go after them, Cam. Okay, so she said, hi Quaniqua, that's I think Nook's like full name. Cam said, my name is Cameron. I'm a part of Aleia's legal team as her contract consultant. I'm reaching out to you in regards to the unpaid invoice for $600 that was due in January. Page 2 of the contract signed by Aleia states all payments will be sent via PayPal monthly after receipt of content deliverables. All deliverables for January 2023 have been provided just as they were for December 2022, yet payment has not been made. The contract does not state that this payment is contingent on the performance of the content deliverables or any other contingencies that would hinder payment. Aleia has completed her obligations and responsibilities under the contract, thus payment is past due. Please pay the outstanding invoice of $600 via PayPal as provided the terms of the contract no later than Tuesday, February 21st. If you're unsure how to move forward, I'll be happy to speak to your finance department, yada yada yada. Y'all, like, I really love how she just, that girl can talk. Nook replied, like immediately she replied. She said, hello, Aleia was already made aware of the terms of the agreement that were breached on her behalf, specifically but not limited to on other brands shown and mentioned in our paid ads. We will not pay for ads that feature other brands as this was specifically prohibited in the contract. She mentioned and advertised Waveformers and Rev Air, again 2 brands that are not in direct competition with her at all. And she approved of those pieces before they went live. So if there was ever an issue, she should have said it before. Why would you approve it? Why would you approve it if there was an issue? That's what I don't understand. And it was never an issue until I asked for my money. So yada yada yada. That's what she said. She sent all these screenshots. And then Cameron replied, thank you for sending this over. Could you provide me with an email or written communication that you did not approve Aleia's content prior to her posting the content? So she's saying basically send me an email stating that this was not approved since it was a breach. But she can't do that because she approved all the pieces of content. Are y'all with me? Okay, are y'all with me? And then she emailed her again. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap. Also, please provide me with an email or written communication in which you let Aleia know that you would not use, post, advertise, or market her content due to alleged breach of the contract. At that point, the contact should not have been used by either you or Aleia since payment for her copyrighted work has not been provided. Again, I'll be more than happy to speak to your legal team. I think that was the last time that we heard from Nook. Yeah, the rest of the conversation is just me going back and forth with Cameron about what do we do, how do we take care of this. Like, she literally couldn't respond because she didn't have the paperwork or the email that the legal consultant was literally asking for. She didn't have it, so how can she provide it? So unfortunately, this is kind of where everything concluded at. Cameron sent over a cease and desist template because she does have one of the posts still active and live on her page, which I did report to Instagram. I was asking them to take it down. It's copyrighted work and I do not give them approval to post this on their page, especially they did not pay me for it. I was then blocked by Nook on her personal page and on her brand's page. She blocked me, but it's okay because I already reported the post. I am asking for your guys' help. I will have the link below to the post. If you guys can please click on that link and report it. It is copyright infringement work. I did not give her approval to post this because she did not pay me after signing a contract stating that she will. Pretty much I sent over the cease and desist letter and she has not yet replied. So this is kind of like the resolution. It's just me going public about what happened. Hopefully I can get enough of you guys involved that you guys spread the word about this brand so you know not to work with Ecyaj Hair Care. Her name is Nook. Do not work with her. She's very, very, very unprofessional. And even if you get your content approved by the brand and they say they love it for weeks, once it's time to submit payment, it's, oh, you did this and oh, that was wrong and I didn't say anything because I was just being nice. And why couldn't you just pay me? Like, I don't understand. Like, I get that the content didn't perform to your standards, by which the way, like, my content did pretty good. I made sure to screen record everything. Like, my numbers were up there, you know? So I don't understand. And the comments, the love, the likes, everything, the shares, like, my content did very good. I know how to make my content perform well on my page. So I know it wasn't me. It had to be your website. She said there was nobody purchased anything with my affiliate link. Well, why not? What did they not, what happened? Like, it wasn't my fault. You're literally blaming me for something that you did wrong. She should have had a better website. Like, you should have had not Spotify.com on your URL. Like, that's unprofessional as a business. You need to pay for a domain name. Like, just like little stuff like that. Like, it's going to affect the buyer's experience. Like, I don't know. Comment below if you guys think that you need a high quality looking website in order to make a good purchase decision. Like, I'm not going to buy something from some rinky dinky half-ass website because that's exactly what it was. It wasn't even really put together well. I don't even think there's like an about me section. Nothing. Like, it literally says there's only a catalog. Like, there's no about me section. There's no nothing that gets the viewer excited about their experience being on your website. There's nothing but your products, which other people sell too. Everybody has a satin scarf. People have detox shampoos. They have heat protectants. Like, there's nothing special on your website that's going to entice somebody to buy. There's nothing here. Like, even if I click on the product, literally you have like a few sentences about the product. You have no ingredients, what's in it. You have nothing on how to use it. You have no customer testimonies on how it worked. How is somebody supposed to make a purchase decision with a half-ass website? And then you blame me. Your website sucks, Nook. Child, let me calm down because now I'm getting heated. It's like, it's that serious. It really is that serious. Like, your website sucks and you blame me for it. That's literally where we're at with this. So in conclusion, I sent the desist and cease, whatever it's called, and she didn't reply. So I don't think that $600 is enough money to go to court over. I'm not sure. Like, honestly, if I was to take this to court, which would cost a lot of money, but I feel like I would win, and then the brand will be responsible for paying all of the court and legal fees, and I would also charge them for pain and suffering. So, like, I don't know, I might reach out to Cam one more time and just like see if we can take this to court. But because Cameron is not an operating lawyer in my state, which is Pennsylvania, I think she's in Washington. I don't know where Cameron's at, but she's not in PA, so she's not legally able to do too much besides be a consultant for me. She's a legal consultant. That's how she described herself as she was talking to the brand owner. But she's also a lawyer too, but just in her operating state and city and stuff like that. So she was basically saying it would be expensive for us to like go to court and like take any farther matter. I am going to try to reach out to her just one more time. Oh, I also forgot to mention that I did pay Cameron $50 for the initial consultation, and then it was another $100 fee for her to email the brand and kind of go through all all that as well. And again, that is so reasonable. Like, you're literally talking to a lawyer. You're asking them to take the time out of their day to email this brand and pretty much fight for you and for your money. So yes, you have to pay for that service. So I applaud Cameron. Her, you know, her rates are great in my opinion. I remember when I did a consultation with her, like probably two and a half years ago, when I was just starting influencing and I was a little bit confused about contracts. So I set up a consultation with her and it was like 20 bucks like 2 years ago. Now she's charging $50. Like, go Cam, I peeped that. Okay, the prices has risen, honey. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much where we are at. My conclusion is that I'm outing this brand. Do not work with them. I am not probably going to get my $600 that I am rightfully owed. So I really hope that you report the brand's page, you report the photo of me or the video of me that is currently being played on their page. And I'm sure that anytime somebody views the video, they're probably going to get customers and new followers, and I'm not getting paid for any of that. If you guys can please, if you're watching this, I don't ask you to do nothing else, but please just go and click the link below and report the post that is on her page, and report her page as well. Like, literally, I don't care right now. I'm upset, but I'm still going to keep it professional because at the end of the day, I'm an influencer and I don't want to hinder any relationships I have with other brands, or if they feel as though I'm coming off and like something that I shouldn't have said or something like that. So my goal, and I prayed going into this conversation with you guys in this video, that I would be extremely professional while I was talking about this unfortunate situation. So that's just where we're at. I'm so annoyed. It kind of makes me want to not work with smaller brands because they literally don't know what they're doing, and it's a lot easier to work with brands who have like agencies and stuff like that, because like these smaller brands, like, I get it, you're the head honcho of your business, you're doing your own marketing, your own social media. The social media world is constantly changing. There's constantly being new terms thrown in that you have to learn. Like, UGC is a very new term, and I still have to explain it to brands, like exactly what it is and what the differences are between regular content being posted on my page and UGC content. So, but y'all let me know, what do you guys think I should do in this situation? I have not gotten my money back, y'all. I don't think I will be getting paid for all of that content that I did. The only thing that I still have running is the waveformers video, which I'll post at the end of this video. That's the only piece of content of hers that I have on my page because I love my waveformers. It did very well, so I'm not going to delete it, even though I am praising and speaking highly of her content. I did include in the description of the waveformers video, this work was infringement and they didn't pay for it, all that jazz, so at least people can go and see and not support. Yeah, y'all, that's it. This is hopefully praying the first and the last time that somebody does this to me. If you were ever in a similar situation where you got caught up with a brand who didn't want to pay you after they agreed to, comment below. I want to hear your story on how you overcame it or what the solution was. But I don't know, this was just a very unfortunate circumstance that I'm in, still going through. I'm just so over it. I'm so done, and because of that, I'm probably going to stick to working with brands who have agencies or just maybe a little bit bigger in the game, so we don't have to go through this ever again. If you ever agree to do something, written or not, all a man and a woman has is their word. Like, you are literally going to have to see God for this, because I'm one of God's children and God don't play that with his children. So you are going to have to see God about this situation because you did me dirty, and I just pray that he has mercy on your soul because of this. Like, this is really gonna hurt your business bad if it really gets out there. If this goes viral, if this video goes viral, or on TikTok, because I'm going to be talking about it on other platforms as well. So if any of these videos go viral and you get canceled, you deserve that nook, and don't come crying to me. Don't come crying to me. So with all that being said, this is the end of the video, y'all. I know this didn't end on a high note, but I promise 99% of my other videos, I'm smiling, I'm happy, I'm normally teaching something, so please go check it out. If you guys do like natural hair care content or just chats with me, I have a ton of that on my channel. Go ahead and check it out. Y'all, I'm gonna close right here before I keep rambling on about how upset I am about this situation. Please subscribe, click the link below, and report the video that is on her page illegally. And that's it, y'all. So I'm gonna close out here. I gotta go. My name is Aleia. This is, as always, Aleia, where we always keep it real. I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.